section of my deepest needs. You were there, I knew, now you know.
Hi there, Leo. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your weekly reading back with me again, Anisa from Stereo. For those of you already to my channel, hello, and for those of you who have been a long time, welcome back. So, if you guys are, by the way, sorry for the delay, and if you guys are new to this channel, this is going to be a relationship spread, and you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, all right? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because for me personally, I've realized that with my readings, I resonate a lot more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, but probably because my Venus is in the 8th house, along with my North Node there. I don't really know, but if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate, all right? There's so many amazing, talented tarot readers out there for you to just click and watch, okay? So let's start now, Leo. Your overall energy for the now is very, very interesting because you have two major arcana. In tarot, major arcana is such a big thing because it talks about like a universe or divinely type of intervention, if that makes sense. I think whatever happens in the past few years or whatever happens in the past few months really taught you a lot about patience. To not do things on impulse, to not rush onto things. Because right now, I think that you found yourself. I got a vision when I was meditating for you, but if I were to tell you what I saw, it's going to be like a long one. So to summarize, this, I feel like you guys are kind of like, throughout this past few years or throughout this past few months, you've been so people focused. You were so busy handing out cups, emotional support, money, efforts, energies, investments, blah, 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 all those stuff to other people and not really focusing a lot on yourself. And there comes a point where you guys are kind of like feeling exhausted when you guys are just being like slapped and reality hits you. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, something needs to change here. Like, why is it that I am so outward, but I receive nothing? So you kind of like feel the unequal give and take in this relationship, probably due to the love language differences as well. And you're starting to feel that whoever it is that you're dealing with cannot see the amount of efforts and energy that you've been putting into this relationship, so that you kind of like feel that this person is being ungrateful. And that kind of like sets you off in a wrong way, and that kind of like makes you be like the fixed signs that you are. Like, you're the King of Swords right now. If they were to come back to you, or even whoever it is that who wants to be in a relationship with you, should follow a certain type of rules, because right now you're focusing a lot on yourself. So I feel that after what happened in the past, the thing that sets you off and really make you feel like, whoa, wait a minute, there has to be boundaries in here. You're starting to find yourself again, and it's like you probably is wanting to do something that is like all about you, like it could be like a new business, a new career, new studies, or new hobbies, or whatever that is, but you really want to do things for yourself, and you're basically not letting anybody in right now, with the 8 of Cups and also the 4 of Cups in here. And you're being patient. It's like, I don't care anymore about love. I don't care anymore about infatuation. I don't care anymore about emotional connection. I really need to set boundaries in here because, love disappointed me in the past. So no, it's not going to be about that anymore now. It's going to be what is ideal for me. And if that will take years for me to achieve, I'm okay. I'm not in a rush. I'm in a rush of having a relationship with myself, but not with other people. So that's kind of like your overall energy. So what's your challenge here is that you have the 4 of Swords and also the Chariot card. So you might be dealing with, wait, I need to check with if my microphone is still on or not. Yes, still on. So you might be dealing with a Pisces. You might be dealing with a fellow Leo. You might be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or you might be dealing with a Cancer, Sagittarius, Aries, air sign, Aquarius, earth sign too. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, so here's the thing, overall challenge is a bit different than the past, present, future, in a way that I could never really pinpoint who is doing what to who, but it could be you doing this to them, or this could be them doing it to you. So if one person in this relationship swore to themselves that they don't want to think much about it, for a source, like, I don't want to think much about it, I just want to move forward with my life and all that stuff, but they cannot help to kind of like revisit that, especially now we're on the brink of entering the Mercury retrograde period. If you guys, your perfection years is affected by Mercury, then it's going to affect you. So it's like revisiting the past, but I feel like this relationship is affecting them more than it is affecting you, because you're no longer focused on love and relationship. You're much focused on having a relationship with yourself. And even if you guys are dealing with two people, you're walking away from one person and you're not letting somebody else's in. Even if you had some sort of like that infatuated feeling in the past with person B. All right, but we'll get on to the two people scenarios after the one person scenarios now. So what happens in the past? This person is a bit hot and cold in a way that this person is Queen of Swords and the other one, he's the Queen of Wands. So a lot of hot and cold moment, but you feel so connected with this person. You feel that this person is very different. Their ways of thinking are very different. Their wit, their jokes, them being like the Queen of Swords, them being such a smart ass is so fun to you. So not only does you have like a great emotional connection with this person, but you also have a great friendship with this person, and you were indecisive, but then again, now you guys are not indecisive about this. I mean, you guys were indecisive about them. You know, you kind of like spent some time closing heart chakras, but when this person walked into your life, you're just like, okay, all the walls starting to fall up, and you just let them in like that. Queen of Wands is somebody who, like, this person really enjoys, they know that you're so into them, and that kind of like really does help their self-esteem and self-worth. That really does help their confidence level as well. They kind of like feel like a god or a goddess around you. But the thing is that this person is very, very traditional. This person is very like strict, like it has to be like this, it has to be like this, it has to be like this. So every time you show your fire ways, you know, like, well, that's interesting. I know that we planned about this, but how about if we do this instead? You know, still like the one, you know, fire things and 3 cup things, they became like the Queen of Swords. So that's why they have this hot and cold type of energy with them. And if you guys are dealing with one person, you just cannot fathom, like, why don't these persons see how you feel about them? Well, why can't they just see the connection? Why can't they just see how genuine you are and how real you were? It cannot hurt you because you feel that this person is not so empathetic. Is that empathetic or empathic with you? They're not so empathic with you. You know what I mean? Like, they don't, like, you feel that this person is like, you've done a lot to this person and they're so ungrateful with the things that you've done for them, because they keep on demanding, they keep on pushing you to do a certain type of way, and you're tired, you know, because you're like, well, I've done things that are so people focused. I need to start doing things that is me focused right now. So now emotionally you're shutting off. You're shutting off. Nakatumas sa depan. You're shutting off, and then I feel like even if in the past you didn't want to really engage in a fight with them, you didn't really want to be like, well, because you're like this, because you're like this, you cannot take it anymore. So you just give them kind of mean, Leo. So they kind of like feel cornered as well, but you just don't care because you've been bottling up these emotions for quite a while, and now it's just going to be like you want to blurt it out for them, and you don't even care the consequences of you blurting all these out to them. You don't care because like emotionally you're shutting off. So what is going on in the future? Oh, jadi mereka bakal lebih kasih banyak effort ke sini. Oh ya. So what is going on in the future is that until 1 to 2 weeks to come, they will think that you would need some space, and they're going to give you some space. And I feel like you need that space because you are on a mission in which you want to have that Nine of Cups or your own emotional fulfillment. So you're going to be taking a lot of care with yourself. Although deep down inside, this person is feeling some sort of angst and anguish because they want to stop thinking about you, but they just couldn't because you kind of like raised their curiosity. Like it really came to them as a shock, the fact that you're emotionally shutting off or you're leaving or you're fleeing right now because they didn't see that coming. They didn't see that outburst coming. They didn't see that coming. So they're like, where did it got wrong? Why is it now like this? But they're not really communicating because they're just wanting to give you some space. In which I feel like you need, because you need your own emotional fulfillment and you need to kind of like think for yourself about the type of boundaries that you need to set in a relationship. And you're still going to have like a lot of major trust issues with this person anyway. This person is still going to kind of like give off the impression that the door is always going to be open. If you guys are married to somebody, they're going to be like still, doing the mundane or daily things that they like to do. Like for instance, if it's your wife, they still want to be, preparing something in the house, doing the chores, or even if it's your husband, they're still going to be doing that stuff. But in terms of your relationship problem that you're having with them, they're much more like, okay, I shouldn't be disturbing Leo for a while. I'm just going to give them some space. But deep down inside, they're pondering a lot. They're very mean towards themselves as well. Like, where was it my fault? Like something like that. And they're trying to understand your point of view as well. So yeah, that is it if you guys are only dating one person, yeah? So what happens if you guys are only dating one person and you're done with this person and you make effort in dating? I feel like by the end of the day, because of that trust issues and because of you wanting to have a much more deeper relationship with yourself, even if there is somebody like an earth sign coming in, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or even a Gemini coming into your life, like you're still going to question their intentions and you're just going to be taking their present with a grain of salt because you're so focused on your Nine of Cups right now, or even in the future until the end of February. Okay, so if you guys are only dealing with one person, it really ends now. So what happens if you guys are dealing with two people? So the first person is person A is somebody who has been very, very cold towards you. With them, you've tried all ways to make them open up to you, but it's just like they're very cold and avoidant, you know what I mean? Queen of Swords also indicates somebody who likes to play mind games, who literally mentally fucked you up in the brain. And with this person, I feel like there is a point in time where you had such an epiphany, like, you know what, this is such unhealthy, this is so toxic, I need to leave. So you left, and when you left, and because you don't care, and this is the current energy, so if it's not happening now, it's probably going to happen like really, really soon. I mean, you're a fire sign, same like me, I'm a Sagittarius, same like Aries. We cannot keep on having some sort of a battle of emotions, you know what I mean? So when you're leaving, you make sure that they know why you're leaving. And because you don't care, those type of communications, those type of words that you're uttering to them might sound very, very rude and very, very harsh because you just don't care anymore. You know what I mean? So that's with person A. And what happens in the future is that person A is going to give you some space, in which it's very, very beneficial for you because then you would have a much more deeper relationship with yourself. So that's person A. And then you have person B. Person B is somebody who is very, very physically attractive. They have this type of fiery nature with them. They might seem to be very, very excitable, you know what I mean? And very, very adventurous. They're always making you laugh. They're very confident and all that stuff. With this person, you felt that wow, this person is something very, very different, and probably this person has some sort of a healing energy for me. So you start to develop feeling with this person. In the now, they might be doing something that is very reckless, or they are putting themselves to a halt simply because they feel that you are not letting them in, because you're completely shutting them off as well. And in the future, I mean, similar to person A, they're going to give you space, well, while also giving you the impression that there's somebody who is trustworthy and reliable. So I think you're either going to ghost this person, but they're kind of like going to give off an impression probably through social media, or probably through their friends or your mutual friends or mutual connections, that they're doing fine, they're indifferent with the fact that you guys are no longer talking to one another and all that stuff. They kind of like made you feel that, see, like I'm not really important for them. I think my God was right, and something like that. All right. So I think that is it for my reading for you, Leo. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for, and I hope that you have a really great week ahead. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.
If I love you and you love me, let's plant a seed, watch it grow into a tree, baby. Why don't we grow some nectarines, baby? Why don't we grow a little